Hello friends and family, welcome to day 2 of our 30-day, just every day 15 to 30 minutes of movement and meditation or breath work, just stillness. It's supposed to be your little daily multivitamin, so I hope you continue on this journey. Thank you for being here. Today's practice is going to be a little more of like a morning mellow, really mellow movement practice. So let's get started on our backs. If you do have a block or a bolster, actually a bolster would feel even better. We're gonna take a supported bridge option. If you don't have that, you can use pillows or you can just lay on your back in Shavasana. We are going to place whatever prop we have underneath our sacrum, that bony plate between your tailbone and your low back. So get out any wiggles you need. I like to bring my feet wide and my knees in the center to touch. Let's place our hands face down somewhere on your body, so either your legs or your belly or your heart. Close your eyes down and let your body really sink heavy into this space. Today, let's bring some awareness to the breath. We're going to inhale and exhale in and out of our nose. And all I want you to do today is just think about creating equal length inhales and exhales. So you pick a number that works for you, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. You're just going to create the same length of in-breath and out-breath. If you find that your mind has already wandered, go ahead and just bring it back. Anchor it onto your breath. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Let's go through 2 more rounds here on your own. On your next exhale, you can open your mouth and softly let out the breath. Blink your eyes open. Pull your right knee into your chest and extend long through the left heel. Pressing down through left thigh, hug your right knee in a little bit closer. Feel that stretch along the front of the left hip. And then create a little twist. So bring your right knee across your body over to the left. Extend your right arm either out long in a T shape or a cactus, bending your elbow to 90 degrees. Your right knee is not going to touch, especially if you're up on a prop. No worries. Just find a nice twist. Send your breath up into your chest. And then we'll swap them out. Extend your right leg long, hug your left knee in towards body. Push out through your right heel. And stay soft and wide through both shoulders. On your next exhale, draw your left knee across your body over to the right, and then extend left arm out to the side in some capacity. Good. Inhale draws you back to center. Extend both legs, both soles of the feet up towards the sky, and just roll out your ankles in one direction. Maybe wiggle your toes, wake up your feet, and then create circles the other way. You can ignore my ankle, it cracks. It would crack every time if I let it, but I won't. Good. Bend your knees so your shins are parallel to the ground. We're gonna create a little bit of rotation through the hips. So bring your feet out towards the side. We're internally rotating at the hips. Nice and active. You might feel the outsides of your hips working. And then bring them in. So you might have to cross one shin over the other. We'll switch them out, so don't worry about them being uneven. And then bring your feet out, internally rotating at the hips. Really push through that in range of motion. And then bring your feet in, cross the opposite shin on top. External rotation at the hips. Good. Plant your feet onto the mat, push down through your heels, lift your hips high into a bridge, and then remove whatever prop you had. Get it off to the side. We'll do some bridges actually to start here. So on an out breath, press down through your heels, lift your hip points up towards the sky. And then exhale, lower back down. You can really lower one segment of the spine at a time or just keep everything in a line. Doesn't really matter. Inhale, bridge up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Engaging through the back of the hamstrings and the glutes. Lift up, we'll do 3 more. And starting to create that intention of moving your body with your breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. This time, hold. Cactus your elbows, open up across the front of the chest. Hug your core in a little bit so we're not really arching through the low back. Tuck your hips up towards the sky. Exhale, lower down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. If you can get there, you can stay here or you can hug your left knee in and interlace your fingers behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Figure 4, recline pigeon stretch. I like to take a rock of my hips side to side and kind of massage out my low back while I'm doing this. One more breath cycle here. Good, and then we'll swap them out. So plant your right foot down, cross your left ankle over your right thigh, stay here, letting the left knee kind of splay out to the side or hug your right leg in towards your body and interlace your fingers. You can find stillness or you can find that sway if that felt good for you. One more cycle of breath here. Release the stretch. Plant your feet down, prop through your elbows to push up into a seat. Let's find a Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet are touching and knees are splaying out wide. If you need more space, heels are further away from your body. If you feel more open, you can bring your heels in closer towards your groin. Inhale, sit up out of the waist, nice and tall. Hands are holding onto your feet. And we're actually gonna give the bottoms of our feet a little massage. So go ahead and dig those thumbs into the soles of your feet. Maybe stretch your toes back. Wake them up, give them a little love. Take one more inhale, grow your spine nice and tall. And then exhale, fold forward. Feel free always to grab blocks and pillows and bolsters if you want to make this even softer and kind of melt into those props with less activation. Think about pulling your chest forward instead of totally rounding and collapsing. So if that means you don't fold as far, it doesn't matter. This is not for looks in any way. This is just meeting your body where it is. Good, next inhale brings you up. Let's keep our right foot pretty much where it is, maybe just shift it over to the left a little bit, and then swing your left leg behind you. So our legs are at 90-degree bends on each side. Inhale again, Think about sitting up tall. Rotate your chest a little bit to the right so it's pointing directly over your right knee. And exhale, fold forward. Prop up onto your fingertips for support. Inhale, lift your chest forward, rise up out of the stretch. Exhale, fold forward. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. This time we're gonna keep it for a few breaths. So if you wanna use that bolster, now would be a good time, resting your forehead down, your elbows down. You should feel a nice stretch on the outside of the right hip. But if a stretch ever makes you tense your body more, back out of it because you're really just defeating the purpose. Make sure you can maintain those smooth, rhythmic breaths in whatever pose you're doing. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, rise up. We're gonna switch out our legs. If you don't need to use your hands, don't use your hands. So we're gonna bring left shin parallel to the front of the mat and then sweep right leg behind us. Create sort of a 90-degree bend at your hips and your knees and your ankles. And then sit up tall out of your waist, rotate your chest over to the left this time. Inhale. Exhale, prop up onto your fingertips and fold down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. We'll hold for about 5 breaths. Find a position that works for you. And again, just check in. Is your mind here? Is your mind doing what your body is doing as well? If it's not, if it feels distracted or scattered, think or see if you can notice any sensation in your body and just focus on that or focus on your breath. So you could say, oh, I feel a little bit of a stretch in my hip. And then can I breathe into that sensation? For 2 more cycles. Last exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise up. Let's come into a tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And we'll just move through some simple cat-cow. If you ever want to take some barrel rolls, some shifting of the hips side to side, please always feel free to take that option. Otherwise, for a normal cat-cow on an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tail, lift your gaze, and pull your chest through your shoulders. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, round your pubic bone up towards your navel, puff up through the back of the heart. Inhale, open up into cow pose. Exhale, round, push the ground away, cat pose. Keep moving at the pace of your own breath, letting the inhales and exhales guide the movement of your pelvis, which then moves your spine and your neck. Let's take 3 more cycles. This is my favorite way to wake up my body. It's so simple, but it's so different each and every day. Something feels a little bit different, whether that's more open or more tight or just more curious in one direction. All right, let's walk our hands forwards and then lower our pelvis down to the mat. If you have any type of tension in your low back, you can always bring your feet out wider. Otherwise, extend your toes back behind you. Tent up onto your fingertips like you're creating little mountain peaks underneath them. Elbows point up to the sky. Inhale, push down through your fingers, lift up through the back of the heart, peeling your chest and your belly off the mat. Exhale, lower back down. Hips, belly button, ribs, chest. Inhale, push down through your fingertips, lift up through the back of the heart. We call this oscillating cobra. Exhale, lower back down. Find some engagement, pushing your feet down into the mat, engaging glutes and back body as you lift up. Exhale, lower back down. 2 more with your own breath. Last one here, inhale, unfurl, and then hold at the top for an extra breath. Exhale, sink down through your hips. Inhale, pull your chest forward even a little bit further. Exhale, lower down. Bring your right arm out to the side, bent at 90 degrees, and then roll over onto the right shoulder. Your left toes can come behind you, left knee pointing up to the sky. Or if you want something more gentle, hug both knees in towards your body, stacking left on top of right. If this is your first movement of the morning, I would maybe suggest a more gentle option. That is what I'm going to take. Breathe into the front of the right shoulder. Left hand is down on the mat for support, or you can rest your head on your left hand. Big exhale. Soften a little bit more into the mat. Last breath here. And then roll through center. We'll switch it out. Left elbow bends out to the left side, and then roll onto your left hip. Option to bring right toes behind you, or stack your right knee on top of your left. One more cycle of breath here. Soften into the stretch a little more. And then roll onto your belly. One more active pose here. We're going to take a locust Shalabhasana. On your next in-breath, zip your inner thighs together, lift your thighs off the mat, and then sweep arms behind you, chest reaches forward. Stay here for 3 breaths. Think about becoming really long from the toes through the crown of the head, active through the back body, and then if you're able, lift a little higher. One more breath in. Exhale, lower your hands underneath your forehead. Curl your heels up towards the sky, and then just windshield wiper your legs side to side. Releasing out through the low back space a little bit. We're gonna find our final resting pose here in a crocodile, if that's comfy for you to lay on your belly. If it's not, find a shape that works for you. And then you can rest your forehead or one cheek onto your hands. Soften belly, soften shoulders. Close your eyes down and start to tune into those equal length breaths again. Maybe you extend it by a second. Maybe you go up to 5. Or just one more notch than what you were doing before. Notice your belly filling up and pressing into the mat. Maybe think about sending your breath into the back body and the sides of the ribs. My ask is that you don't let your mind wander yet about what there is to do out there, but that you just let yourself be with yourself for a few more moments. Let your mind find some stillness. And if that's really, really hard, if it's always going, I get that. That is my natural tendency, but I can find an anchor point, something rooted in the body here.
Let's take one more cycle of breath together. Exhale the air out of your lungs completely. Then inhale in through your nose. Take your biggest breath yet today. Puff up as much as you can through your body. Hold at the very top. And then exhale out of your mouth. Let it go. If you want to stay here longer, please do. Otherwise, roll onto your side. Push up into a seat. Keeping your eyes closed if you can along the way. Cross your legs or take butterfly pose and then just rest your hands down on your thighs. And we want to find this transition place between the practice and life afterwards. So if you found any sense of presence or peace or connection, just recognize that right here and give yourself a little thank you for spending these 20 or so minutes here for yourself and also for others. Take one more breath on your own. And as you're ready to exit the practice, you can softly open your eyes, waking up to the sights and the sounds around you. But not rushing the process, so stay here as long as you need. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that was a nice little mellow wake up call for you. Just some simple stretches through the body, simple activations, but just the practice of being here as a unit, undistracted or maybe less distracted than usual, is a huge step. So thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and also I always have my Venmo username down below, so if you ever feel like donating, I would really appreciate that. Thank you.